Everybody, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. Today I have a story for you from Yahoo Finance, originally posted on Benzinga, and it is about this sustainable development that I've been telling you all about all year long. But this is just another piece of how this beast infrastructure is being laid out. It's gradual, it's slow, it's unsuspecting, but the end game is always going to be this climate agenda, and we're going to be forced to participate in Eco Sabbath. And I'm going to do a story on that shortly, but I just want to give you an update on how they're trying to convince us to relinquish anything that is natural to go with something that is electric, man-made, where you can be easily tracked because you'll be um, hooked up to the Internet of Things. You'll be using electricity, which will be connected to the smart meter, which will have you invested in all these smart gadgets, these LED lights and Alexa and Ring doorbell and your cell phone and tablet and your smart TV. You're just going to be connected. And then whatever they're putting in our food, also we'll be consuming things that will be able to share information through the Internet of Things. And so they will know our every move. They will be able to control us. So let's get into this. On, see if I can get rid of this. On August the 16th, President Papa signed the Inflation Reduction Act into law, directing billions of dollars to Americans looking to upgrade their homes, businesses, and cars. One provision of the law allows Americans making less than $150,000 a year to claim a $7,500 tax credit for buying an electric car, which is going to be crazy because you're not going to be able to afford the electric car once it breaks down, and you won't be able to afford the battery when you need a new one, and it's just a bunch of poo. The law also provides $9 billion in rebates to help people electrify their home appliances and make their houses more energy efficient. It also allows Americans to claim a tax credit for installing heat pumps in their home. Altogether, the Inflation Reduction Act is showering $369 billion on clean energy programs and businesses throughout America. And clean energy investors, the investors already have something to celebrate. In the months since the act was signed into law, renewable energy companies like Next Extra Energy Incorporated have handily outperformed the S&P 500. The law is controversial, as is any law sweeping enough to decarbonize, there's the word carbon, 40% of America's economy over the next 8 years, as this law purports to do. Notice that ties into this 2030 agenda, because this came out last August, which was 2022, and it will be 8 years till we get to 2030. So there's that everybody has the same agenda. But from an investigating perspective, one thing is clear. History shows that clean energy catalysts on this level can give investors the chance to multiply their money many times over. And that's it. I should stop here, because at the end of the day, that is all this is about. It's about money. They don't care about whether it saves you money. They don't care if you can afford to buy a battery for your car. I don't know why they want us to have, well, they want us to have electric cars because it's just another thing that will connect to the Internet of Things and will be able to snitch on you. It'll tell where you traveled. It'll listen to your conversations. It will shut off when they don't want you to go anyplace. You won't be able to find any charging stations, so you're likely going to be stranded. It's just a bunch of foolishness. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all if you have good common sense and a healthy brain. It makes no sense. So you have to see the Ponzi scheme in all of these things at the end of the day. And so this is just another one of those Ponzi schemes where they take from the poor, give to the rich. It's like Robin Hood, except for in reverse. You might remember President, uh, the first black one, 2009 stimulus package, which gave billions of dollars to clean energy companies and created Tesla as we know it, according to Bloomberg. Tesla Incorporated shares have returned almost 10,000% since even after their recent downturn. So I don't know if you remember when that president, the black president, was in office, and he was, giving people money to trade out their refrigerators, appliances, and doing all kinds of stuff. So this is why I was trying to get rid of your old cars, giving you money to buy cars. That's why they were trying to buy up all the old cars. They didn't want you to be able to buy a car or have any parts for a car, so that you would have to buy a new car. And the new car would have the sensors and all these different things in it so that you can be tracked. So if you have a new car, I recommend you try to get rid of it, get out of it, pay it off, get rid of it, sell it, and get you something old. And I'm serious. Get you an old car with a carburetor. Get you something older than, the mid 90s if you can. I know people are going to be like, where am I going to find that? The best thing you're going to be able to have is old stuff. Everything old is going to be like gold. All this new stuff is going to be the police. They won't need police anymore, because everything you possess will be like a police telling on you in your house. Um, Other clean energy companies that received loans or grants, like Brookfield Renewable Partners LP, have returned well over 1,000%. And so the other caveat to this story is how these companies or these corporations get contracts with the government, or get these incentives to do things, and they benefit and we don't. And so that's why you have a Elon Musk able to buy a Twitter and be so influential, but everybody's like a welfare recipient. And so at the end of the day, these are the stories that like people don't really talk to you about, but everybody's benefiting from our tax dollars except for us. Potential benefits to solar investors are especially enticing. In the years after the 2009 stimulus package, America's solar industry grew by 2,500%, and Biden's clean energy bill is much larger than that. And so, if you haven't been keeping up with the clean energy and the solar industry, just so happens that the computer guy who knows all things and Mr. Amazon partnered to create this green energy solar project. And so they've been going around the country installing solar panels on people's houses and doing it for allegedly free, collecting their electricity and tricking folks. So that's a whole other thing. I have to do a story on it, but I just want you to see that all these people that are making decisions are in advance making ways for them to benefit financially on the front end and on the back end. And we're just nothing but debt slaves. At the end of the day, you can think you're not a slave all you want to, but we all in the West are nothing but slaves. We work for rich Edomite men, best way to say it. In 2023, the White House plans to assist 7.5 million Americans in putting solar panels on their rooftops. And that could be a major opening for Qnetic, I guess that's how you pronounce that, a startup creating innovative power storage solutions and startups in the space that helps its customers transition to the electric grid painlessly and seamlessly. So they want everybody to be on electricity. As Bloomberg pointed out, the global cost to decarbonize power grids could amount to more than 28 trillion. That's a big deal for companies looking to bring consumers toward an all-electric life. So you see this pattern of they want you to be electric because that's how they're going to track you. My suggestion is, if they come to you with talking about, decarbonizing, getting solar, say no. Just tell them that you're going to live by the sun and the moon. When it's time to go to bed, you're going to go to bed and use candles. When it's time to get up, you're going to use the sun, and maybe hopefully you'll be able to have your rooster. But I would not, if I were you, engage in any of this uh, solar stuff that's going to require a battery, that's going to require you to do some upgrade that you're going to have to pay for, because they love to tell you they're going to install it, but they never tell you how you're going to pay for it. How are you going to pay for this stuff when we're not going to have jobs? If AI is taking most people's jobs and ability to take care of themselves, that means you're going to be stuck on a universal basic income. There's something suspicious about all this, so you got to kind of think through it. But they're not giving you this for nothing, and they're not trying to help you. They're trying to help themselves. So you got to be thinking all the time. I know people like to say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." 2 or 3 years from now, you'll thank me. But I can tell you this is not going to work out for us. So that was the end of this story. I just wanted to share it with you that if you see somebody offering you something to upgrade your appliances, to switch to solar, remember all this solar stuff requires a battery. The stuff that they use in order to conserve energy is coming from Africa. If you're Yasharel, your people are digging with their hands in the ground, getting this stuff for these rich Western leaders and corporations to make billions of dollars off, and none of the money ever really gets back to the people. Same for us. We will get this stuff, and you may save a little bit on your light bill, but they're going to make, you know, millions of dollars, trillions of dollars, because they're going to convince millions of people to convert over to solar energy, and you will have to work all your days to pay that off. If your house is paid for, it's not worth it. Even if your house is not paid for, there are so many loopholes and so many things that you have to worry about with this type of deal. It's just not worth it. I recommend you start checking out these people, especially in Florida and California, who signed up for these free solar deals, and they were told one thing and got something else.
I heard Leo's Bakery is subsidized by the travel industry. See that guy with the pretzel?
Sorry about that. I don't know why I just decided I was going to start talking. So, anywho, um, check out those people in California and Florida. People have been promised something, and in the end, they did not get what they were promised, and they are very disgruntled. So, when it comes to this solar powered thing, because they were supposed to conserve energy and be able to sell it back to the electric companies, and they renegotiated the deal and did not tell the persons who had bought into the solar panel dream that's now become a nightmare. So, anywho, y'all gotta keep your eyes open, your ears open for all these things that are coming out. Don't buy into any of it. If they're offering you something, you gotta learn to say no. They offer you new appliances, say no. If they want you to hook something up to your house, say no. Say no. Learn to say no and be comfortable in saying no, because even when you say yes, you are signing yourself up to be a part of the beast infrastructure. And once the noose is tightened, you're not going to be able to get out of it. You're going to be stuck. So that's all I got, people. Please like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. I will put a link to this story in the description, and you can do your own research, but trust me, I'm breaking it down for you. This is not going to be given what you think it's going to be given. You're not going to be saving any money. You might save money in the short term, but in the long term, you're going to be a debt slave. And you may even lose your property because you lose your ability to pay for this thing that was supposed to be so great. So when the economy collapses, that's how they're going to be taking people's stuff, because they're going around getting a lot of people to sign up for this stuff and to pay for it for 20 and 30 years like a mortgage. So If you can't pay for it outright, or you can't come up with your own solutions to do stuff your own way so that you don't have to rely on these companies and on these gimmicks, don't do it. That's my advice. Just don't do it. Try to stay out of this beast system. Come out of her means turning away from anything this beast has to offer you. And I do mean anything. All right, I'm Marley K. Again, please like the video, share, subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to my backup Rumble channel in the event that this channel is taken down. I'm out.